Hi everybody and welcome to my channel Lisa Horton Crafts. Today's video is going to be slightly different to what we would normally do in that I've been asked a question. I've been asked how we use our gel mediums with our reinkers, and I just thought we'd do something just a touch different, and we would mix it up a little bit. We would use some dies rather than using stencils, but obviously you could absolutely use your stencils, and we're using our interference in reinkers rather than using our regular blending reinkers. So why are we doing this? We're doing this because our gel mediums are a clear suspension. That means what we pop down onto our card, when it dries, it's going to dry clear. So it's going to dry clear gloss or clear matte. So matte is great when you are doing things like resist techniques. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you pop your matte gel medium down randomly on a piece of card, and then when that dries and you put ink over the top, it will resist the areas that have got the gel medium, or it will give you a slight color change, and it will give you almost like a different feel and a different look to everything. So that's what we use the gel medium for. The matte is great for that. The gloss is great if you are wanting to encapsulate maybe some glitter. Maybe you want to bring in your interference reinkers, because what's going to happen, because you've got that gloss finish, these are going to shine like crazy. They're going to look beautiful. Again, you can use ink pads if you want to smoosh your ink pad down, mix it with a little bit of the gel medium and use it like that. Loads of ways of using the mediums for sure. You can add paint to it and create a matte look, so use your acrylic paints with it. Just be aware that don't put too much paint in there, because you will stop the gel medium being gel medium anymore. It will be more paint than it will gel medium, so just bear that in mind when you use the products. Now, the other thing it's worth remembering is today I am not making a card. I am just showing you how we use these products. So I've picked gel medium gloss and gel medium matte. We've had these in our range possibly now 2 to 3 years, and it's not something we actually carry anymore, but so many of you have these and want to use them but haven't really had the opportunity or known how to. Now, there are lots of other gel mediums on the market, so you can use our reinkers to do exactly the same with any gel mediums that you do get your hands on, really. Also remember that gel medium is great as a glue, so it works. It takes a long time to dry, but when it dries, if you're sandwiching wood together, if you're putting a piece of wood or I don't know, some like a mold or a resin mold you've created, and you want something to glue that down with, your gel mediums are great for that too. So let's get into this. Now, these are two brand new ones. So we're going to start with the gloss, and I will move the mat out the way for now. And you'll see when you open this, you have this lid on the top. And I will take, I don't know if I can do it with my nails, or if I'm going to need my scissors. Let me grab my scissors to do this. And this keeps it nice and fresh. So I tend to not take this off completely. I literally go around the edge halfway, and then I pop that back over the top once I finish doing whatever I'm doing. So lift that off, and you can see it's this gloopy texture. It's gorgeous. It's kind of like, I almost want to say it's like a cream, like you put on your face. I don't want you to put this on your face, but it's that kind of look. So you can see there, it's a creamy. There you go. Do not put it on your face, but it's that kind of texture. Now, what I've done today is I've taken two of my dies rather than a stencil, one being the checkered. I don't know if this is in stock. If not, don't worry, you can use it with your stencils or anything you've got that creates a kind of background. And then we've got our distorted bubble. Now, I love this because it's like, it looks like bubble wrap. So if you use it just with a gel medium on white or black card, it's going to look cracking. So we're going to do both. Now, what have I done here? I've literally, actually, let me take that checkered again just for a second to show you what I did. So the checkered, let's take that first. This is a piece of mirri. This was a piece of mirri that was damaged and it had like a mark on it, and I don't know what I'd done to it, but it wasn't in good condition or fit to be used anywhere else. So I took this and I ran it through my die cutting machine like so, and then I took it out again and I moved it down a bit and down a bit until it locked in here somewhere. And you'll see it locks. You can see it's not moving, and it locks in, and I ran it through again. So it was a nice repeatable pattern. And then I took a piece of our glitter card. Why did you do this, you may ask? Well, the glitter card is, I've got a ton of it. You know, I use it all the time, but I don't use it when it's not around Christmas or it's not around a wedding or something like that. So I thought this colour I had a lot of, not of some of the other colours, but this one in particular, because I don't often do gold at Christmas, or green, to be fair. I like my silvers and blues. That's just me. But then I had some of this left and I thought, you know what? It's 300 GSM. It's thicker than a stencil because it's got that glitter on the top as well. You can use the back or the front. It's up to you. Doesn't really matter. So I decided they'd be the two best places to start. Now, the other reason I do this is because when I finish with them, I can throw them in the bin. I don't have to go and clean my stencils. And I know that is really lazy. I know that. However, I'm a busy woman and I don't have time to do it often. So it just saves me a lot of hassle. So what I've got here is this is what I will have to clean. I've got my trusty, this is my acrylic block. I use this for everything. I use this for mixing paint on. I use it for using with reinkers. I use it for smooshing. I just like using it. And I'm going to put on the back here a piece of black card, okay? It's just so you guys can see better what I'm doing. So I'm just going to move that out of the way for a minute, and we're going to come in with our 3 reinkers. Now, we're going to talk about these as well, simply because when you get yours, if you've not used them and you're storing them upright, all the mica will seep to the bottom, and I want you to give it a good shake until you can hear that ball bearing. And then just give it a shake and let it work its magic. Because what happens is that ball bearing gets stuck in that mica, and then that's why everything's not getting mixed. So you need to tap to release that ball bearing. And you do that for all of them. Here we go. I can see it's all moved now. Look at that. You can see it. Random piece of black cardstock. So I'm going to show you on both colours. Take a palette knife. Take out some of your gel medium. However much you think you'll need goes a long way. So I've got about that amount. I don't think I'm going to need all that, and then I I'll make a little well in the middle. Pop that there for a second. Let's open a reinker. Let's open the yellow. And I'm going to place a couple of drops, that's 3 actually, in that well. Now remember, because this is yellow, blue and pink, if I mixed the blue in now, this would turn green. So now that's mixed beautifully, and it looks like it's got a creamy colour, okay, but it hasn't. When this dries, this is going to dry clear. It's going to dry beautifully clear. And because I'm putting this on black card, because this one is lemon candy shimmer, I know that lemon candy, when this yellow goes on black card, it's going to be pink. So now we've made a gel medium, which is yellow and it's pink. So the first thing we're going to do is get our stencil. Let's move these 2 out of the way. And all you're going to do, and I'm going to pop that, I'm not going to have it straight, I don't think. I'm going to pop that here, and we're going to go random. Have a random look to this. So see what I mean? I've got so much here. I didn't need this at all. I'm going to pick up all that mica as well. So I've got that mica in here, because as much as you can't see it now, when it dries, it will be amazing. And all we're going to do is just run that through randomly through our stencil. Okay. Now, if you want, you can tape this down. You don't have to. But I just wanted just a little background. This is only small pieces I'm doing. You can do card sizes to make it a lot easier for you. And then you lift that off. And you think, okay, well, that's yellow. It looks yellow. But we'll set that to one side, because when that dries, that won't be yellow. And it won't be yellow because it's on black card. At the moment, it looks yellow because it's in that white suspension. But that white suspension dries clear. Okay, so we'll put that up here. Okay, what I'll also do is I'll use that like so. So I can still use all of that. I've still got plenty there. Going to give that a wipe though. And then what we'll do now is we'll bring in a piece of white card, just a little piece of white card. And we're going to do the same thing, but I want you to see the results when both of these dry. So on white card and on black card. Let me just trim this down because we don't need that whole piece. And then you'll see the difference. Again, this is going to look yellow. And when it dries, it should look yellow. Now, I've got a little bit of bleeding through there, but this is because these are you're meant to throw these away. If you had a stencil, you'd be cleaning that before you put it down again. But because I'm just doing this on with cardstock, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this up, what I've got left. I'm going to just pop some down here. Goes a long way. That tiny amount goes a really long way. So that is going to stay yellow, but I want you to see the result at the end because it's glossy. Now that's your yellow. And we'll leave that like that and we'll let those dry. So we'll pop those here and hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing that one change colour quite quickly. All right, I might move those out of the way so I don't knock them. And let's get another piece of black. We need a small piece. There's the white. Actually, I need this little black piece that's under here, don't I? So we need that. And I would take, this is just a piece of, another piece I've got. So we'll just keep that there. So I am going to see if I can use that stencil again. I probably can. I'm just going to give it a little wipe on the back because it's card. I think it'll be all right, just with a little wipe. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to actually pop these two together and I can pop that down like so randomly. But don't forget, you can line yours up. You can do yours however you wish. But this time we're going to pop the gel medium down. We'll pop it on here like so. See, I'm using, I mean, not a lot at all, and it's covered quite a big area. So now I think we're going to use the pink. Now I know the Tropical Paradise will go purple on the black card and it will be pink on the white card. So let's have a look. Let's have a couple of drops. Okay, let's see where we go with this first. See if we need any more. I'm not sure yet. I do know I can already see the purple. No, I don't need any more. I can see the purple coming through underneath. You probably can't. I can. So I'm going to give that a good mix. And that's all you need to do. Just mix them. Mix them. And because it's a clear gel medium, although this looks quite pink, it won't. Now I might end up, because that's still tacky, I might end up picking up some of the yellow, but I don't mind. I'm going to come over this side. Let's lift that. It hasn't marked at all. So let's lift that one here and I'll show you the pink. But of course, remember, you'll have much better results if you use a stencil. But I just wanted to show you, you don't have to if you don't want to. So that's on white. So pretty already, isn't it? So that's the pink. Let me just give that a little, I'm just going to hold that, excuse the way my hands are. I just want to get all of that together. That's great. And then I can pop that on my brush, on my, not my brush, on my palette knife. So let's move that one and bring this one in. And I'm actually going to see if I can use a bit of that pink piece there, just randomly. And again, let's do this. I've actually got too much paste. And then we'll leave those two to dry. Now, because I think I've used this a lot, I won't put it in the bin, but I will put it somewhere else and I'll leave that to dry. As long as I've cleared out all the holes, that will be perfectly usable again another time. So I'm going to go and put these to one side as well. And I might use that in a minute. Or actually, let me use that. I just can't bear wasting that. It's too much to waste. And I'm going to pop a little bit. There's a lot there, isn't there? So yes, so now all we need to do is clean up again, and I'll put these to one side. And you'll see, I don't know if you can see on that one, the colour is starting to change already. And I'm taping it down because the glitter card is so much thicker that it lifts in the middle. So I'm going to bring in the gel medium again. Now, I'm using the gloss medium for all of this, but the matte medium is going to be the same, but it won't be shiny. That's the only difference. And then we're going to bring in the blue and pop a couple of drops. Wow, this is stunning. This is a stunning colour. And again, mix it in. And I can see it's got the purple underneath on the black. And the reason I put it on the black is not only that you can see it better, the colours, but I can see that I've mixed it okay. And the mica, the interference colour, is definitely being captured, just in case I hadn't let any of that mica come to the surface after shaking it. So I can now see this beautiful blue on white. It's going to be amazing. Let's pop some of this on, and I'm going to go randomly along here, and this will obviously stay blue because we're on a white cardstock, totally random. And then we'll pull one side off, and then we use that as a hinge. Here you go, and pull back. So we've got our artwork there. Love that. Yeah, it's bled just a little bit under there, but I don't mind that. And then we're going to use a piece of black cardstock. So we'll take that again, and I'll lay that there. And I think we'll go that there. And I've got my messy tape, but it's fine. So we'll use the same piece of messy tape, and we'll come back down there. And we'll just use what we've got here randomly on the black and use that up. And then, oops, that's not sticking anymore. So move that, lift like so. There we are. Take that away. Now we'll leave those, both of those again, because that black is not going to remain blue, if that makes sense. It won't be black and blue. Let's give this all a little wipe, and then I'll show you how we use an ink pad. I'm using the charcoal gold, so we can see it's gone gold because it's shining through the black. And then we'll take your medium again. Let me pull that up. And I can feel it sticky on my fingers now because it is a glue as well. But like I say, then you can take your medium. I might need a little bit more. And then you can smoosh it into this. So it's going to look grey for now because it's on the charcoal ink pad, which is grey. And then literally as you mix this in, grab all the gold. Still looks grey. You can see that it looks grey because, as I say, it should start grey when it's on white card. But when it goes onto black card, it will dry gold. So all I'm going to do is take a little bit and swipe it across each colour card so you can see as it dries how it looks. So white card, 100% grey, isn't it? We can see that's grey. A little bit more grey. And that gives you like a really cool background effect anyway. And then we're going to go on the black. Looks great at the moment, but it needs to dry. So we'll let that dry because you've got that white suspension until it dries. So we'll leave that like so for now. And we'll give everything a dry, and then we'll come and have a look at the results of some of these things. So the other thing it's worth remembering with your gel medium is that you can use this as a glue. So if you have something that you need to stick really, really well, you can take some of the gel medium, and again, you can use it on a little palette knife. Let me grab mine again. And you might have, say, like a button you want to stick to a piece of card. All you need to do is take just a little tiny piece, the tiniest amount. You know, if you're sticking embellishments, just the smallest amount, and you can, let me just tear this in half, for example. So this will still work as a glue, but it's going to take a longer time to dry, but it will dry clear. So you can use it as a glue like so. Or if you've got a button, as I say, use it as in a kind of in a lump, stick your button on top, and then you just leave it to dry. And then if I pop, let me just spread that glue out a bit. Let's spread that out because it is a glue. It is a glue. So pop that like so, spread it, and then we'll come back to that and you'll see that stuck perfectly. So I'll literally glue those two together. So give that little wipe across there, and that will give you a solid kind of cementing feel to that. It's never going to come apart. Obviously this is still wet, so you have to wait till it dries. Absolutely wait till it dries, but it shouldn't take too long. When it's drying, if you're using the stencils like I've just done, that takes about an hour to dry. But we're going to kind of pause the video and then I'll be back just to show you those results. So let's start with the white cardstock. So these look exactly the same. However, I think you can possibly start to see, particularly in the yellow one, when I move that, you've got that glossy shine. Can you see that coming through? So that's because we've used the gloss medium and it's turned that into the most beautiful sparkling yellow. And actually, I think you can almost see a little bit of the pink coming through, just as the interference kind of colour. So that's that colour. The pink for me is stunning. It's stayed really pink, really glossy. Look at that, super glossy. So this, obviously, this is what I mean. This is your gloss medium. So that's the difference. When you use your matte medium, you'll just have the colour, you just won't have any shine. Okay, so there's two there. Let's move that out of the way. Pop those up in that corner. And then the blue, again, look at the shine on it. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And think about matting and laying that onto a piece of black cardstock. You could pop a little sentiment on there, and that, you know, that will be done. A little sentiment across here. That could be quite a nice masculine looking card, couldn't it? So that's that. So that's the blue as well. So all of those have settled down really beautifully. Now we did this one using the ink pads, didn't we? Rather than using the reinkers. So you still get the same finish. But if you can see, as I twist that, you've got that beautiful, beautiful. I mean, it is gloss. It's absolutely gloss. It's just high shine. So that's the charcoal gold. So you know it's going to be that grey colour with the gold, but that gold really kind of shines through. But the thinner you put it, the faster it dries, as you can see there. But I do absolutely love the feeling you get from that. So again, use that through a stencil with ease. So that is your colours on the white. And then we'll show you underneath how they look on the black card. So you can see all that perfectly clearly. So I want to start first of all with the yellow. So we'll bring that yellow down. So that's the yellow on white. This is the yellow on black. So that beautiful pink comes through. It's not quite dry yet. I can see a little bit of yellow still here. It's not 100% dry, but you can see straight away that you wouldn't even think that that was the same ink pad. So using the two different colours of cardstock with the same colour of ink is just phenomenal. So that's your yellow. Well, that is your, what would you call that one? That is your lemon candy. So lemon candy looks amazing. Let's pop that under like so. Now the pink one, that was your tropical paradise. So that should be like a purpley blue. So you've got your pink there, and this is your tropical paradise. There we are. Let's pop it over in this light here. It kind of catches really well over this side. So there's your tropical paradise. Sometimes it's hard to pick up because it's so shiny. So you've got the two colours. You've got the shiny pink, and then you've got that shiny tropical paradise. You can see how the gloss works so well, can't you? The matte is equally as good, but you won't get the shine from it. So I know you can't see that very well at that angle, but there's the purpley colour coming through. Now let's go to the next one. Oh, actually, I seem to have picked up this one next, so we'll swap the order. We'll pop that there. So as we know, that's the lovely shiny grey. And then we've got, it's not quite dried. Look, you can see areas that haven't quite dried down here yet. But look at it on the black. So it comes through that stunning gold colour. Try and get you over that camera. So leave that one to dry just a little bit longer. But I can see already how beautiful that's going to be. So that's your charcoal gold. Okay, on white and black card. Okay, let's go now with the blue. The blue is the one that's taken longest to dry, and I think it's because the bubbles are quite big on this. So let me just grab the blue one. Yes, this one hasn't quite dried yet, but don't worry because you can still see. Can you see the purple just starting to peep through? It's taken a lot longer to dry, but let me see if I can get that angle for you. But you can see it's not that blue anymore. Some of these are quite blue, but you can see the smaller areas are starting to turn that deep purple, like over here, these two particularly. So let me see if I can try it at a different angle. Yeah, there's the purple coming through now, all around here, totally different to the blue. So that's the blue, and you can see it started to go that milky colour as it's drying. So that's the bright blue, and now where this one is turning, you've got the purple coming through. So you've got your blue and your purple, which is beautiful, by the way. I wish that had dried just a bit faster, but you get the idea anyway, don't you? There's your blue and your purple. Yeah, it sits quite nicely there. You can see that changing. Your charcoal gold. Okay, just you with the spatula. And then you've got your tropical paradise. which again is your blue and your pink. And then you have your lemon candy. So you've got that yellow and you've got that pink. This was the first one we did. So you can see this has dried faster because it was the first one. So they're all going to dry equally as beautiful. But that's the result really. So let me bring all the black ones down here. You can see that one's not quite dry yet, but that's fine. Let's turn that way so you can see it better. There's your blue here, your pink here, and your yellow here. So that was using these three colours and our charcoal gold, and we used our gel medium. As I say, you can use any gel medium. It's going to work for any that you have, or any you're thinking of buying. Just stunning results, aren't they? Stunning results. And then look, there's that cardstock. It's now dry. The one we glued together. So perfect. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little video to give you an insight on how these wonderful products work.